Hey guys, welcome back. So today I am going to be doing kind of a chit chat, get ready with me / trying new products out. I have a bunch of new products in front of me, and so I thought I would just film a first impression with these products and just kind of tell you what I think of them as I'm using them. But yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right on into this. Alright, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and prime my face. And to prime my face, I'm just going to be using the No Problem Prime Essence Primer. A lot of these products I did get in my Boxy Luxe, so if you haven't seen that video, I would suggest go ahead and checking that video out because I kind of tell you more about them in that video. But I'm going to be trying out this primer, and we'll just see from there. Ooh, I forget how watery it was. Like, I haven't tried it on my face yet, but I did kind of pour some on my hand, but that is super watery. Like it's like water. It smells good. What's interesting is I thought since it was so watery that, you know, I would need a lot, but it kind of feels like a little goes a long way, if that makes any sense. Like it's spreading out and it's pretty nice. But I think this is supposed to, like, I don't know, it doesn't say anything on the back, so if I could find, I'll have to look into it. I don't really know exactly what this is supposed to be doing. I thought it said something about it minimizing pores and stuff, but honestly, I've never found a primer that really does that for me. I have pretty big pores, so, I mean, it feels nice on the skin, but I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of primers, honestly. I've not really found one that I like. I like more hydrating primers than like pore filling primers. But I mean, my skin feels fine. It feels a little bit tacky, which I'm not a huge fan of that feeling. But I know some people do because they think, or they feel like it helps their foundation stick better. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and prime my eyes and go right into the eyes because I'm going to be using this palette that I picked up, and it is the Anastasia Subculture palette. I picked this up at TJ Maxx. I know this is not a new palette or anything, but it is new to me and I haven't tried it, so I'm going to go ahead and use that today. But I'm going to do eyes first, like I said, and just going to prime my eyes using my the Shape Tape, Tarte Shape Tape concealer. It's what I always use. I don't have a new concealer to try out today. But whenever I do use new palettes or stuff, I like to use a primer that I'm used to using because I know how it works. And sometimes whenever you try a new concealer out with a new palette, if it's not blending or something right, you don't really know if it's because of the prime or the concealer that you use to prime your eyes or whatever primer you use to prime your eyes, or if it's the actual palette. So that's why I like to go ahead and use something that I've always used so that I know how it should be performing. Alright, so that's done. But yeah, I'm kind of excited to use this. This has a lot of cool colors in here. I really like this shimmer here, but I think that's more green. It looks pretty green, so I'm not sure about that one. I don't know, I might try it today. I'm just going to go into this shade here, Dawn, I believe, yeah, and I'm just going to use that as my transition shade. Has a lot of kickback, which that doesn't bug me too much, but I know it does, that can bug some people. So yeah, I feel like it has been a while since I've filmed a makeup video, or like played with makeup. I don't know about you all, but my summer has been super busy, which I guess is nice, but I can't really tell with that shade because it was like basically my skin tone shade. Aside from the kickback, doesn't seem too bad. This is definitely not a palette that I would use every day, but I'm just gonna go ahead and go into this shade Roxy here. It's kind of like a coral color, kind of like a peach. And I'm just gonna blend that all over my lid. Oh yeah, that's pretty pigmented. I mean, so far they're blending out pretty nicely. I mean, this is my first, I think it's my first Anastasia palette. So I really don't know like whether they perform really well. I mean, I've heard a lot of good stuff about this palette, so I'm not really surprised that it seems to be pretty good because a lot of people like it. I do like that coral color though. Oh, just ignore this monster on my cheek over here. Just decided to pop up this morning. I was like, well, gee, thanks. I think I'm just gonna go basic today because I do have to go out today to do some errands and stuff. So I don't want to go too crazy because I am going to be going out. I think I'm going to go into the shade Fudge here and just kind of put that along the corners, like the outer corners. I think I'm going to do another tutorial someday using these greens. These greens are really pretty, and even this blue over here is really pretty. It's just I don't want to look too crazy today, but I think I'll save that for another video. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys want to see me do another tutorial with this palette here. I mean, honestly, there's nothing wrong with this palette, but I mean, I wouldn't say that it's anything special, if you know what I mean. Like, they're not super creamy, but they're not bad or anything. It's just not, I don't know, like I said, nothing too special. It's a good palette, it's just not, I think the colors of anything are the ones that kind of draws me to it the most. Just gonna go in with a flat brush and just go into the shade here, which is Adorn. Ooh, pretty. I usually use my fingertip, but I kind of wanted to see if it would pick up with the brush. Which, I mean, it is picking it up by the brush, but I want to see if it'll do any better with the fingertip. Oh yeah, I always feel like the fingertip does so much better than the actual brush. Holy crap. You see that? That metallic is pretty. I take it back, the metallics are really good, or at least this one is. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine that green one. What that one will look like. I'm gonna have to for sure do another look with this palette, but just for today. I don't know why I use brushes with metallics. I always like doing the fingertips better. Alright. Well, this turned out a little more dramatic than I was expecting. I'm just going in with a flat, like, what is this? Just a flat square brush. I don't know what this is called. And I'm just gonna go into that fudge color and just kind of line the top with it. This palette does have a lot of kickback, which normally that doesn't really bug me, but it's kind of getting into the other shadows, which I don't like. I don't like it when it does that. And there's so much that it's crossing over into the other shadows. All right, I think that's gonna do it for eyes for now. I'll come back and do my bottom. I'm just gonna go ahead and move on to my face now. And I don't have a new foundation or concealer to try out, or a brow product, so I'll just be right back. I'm gonna go do all of that real quick. But yeah, I'll be right back. All right, now that I have my foundation and everything on, and I'm looking hella sick because I have no color in my face, let's move on to the next product that I'm gonna be trying out. I think this is the one that I'm the most excited to try out, and then that is the Tarte Pro Glow palette. And I'm going to be using this to bronze and blush and highlight my face. You can already tell I've swatched it. Yeah, I did. But yeah, I really don't know what shades I'm going to be using. I think I'm going to use this blush here, this highlight here, and maybe this bronzer, only because this one looks too orange for me. And honestly, I don't like highlighters that kind of are pink colored, and this other highlight kind of looks a little pink. But I mean, I'll try them all out eventually. It's just for today's look. That's what I'm going to be doing. Oops, just knocking everything down. That's okay. Honestly, guys, I don't feel like I do these chit chats too well because I never know what to talk about. Kind of an awkward person, if you haven't noticed, a little bit, and I never know what to talk about. So I guess this is mostly a trying out products video. I don't know, like, what do you guys like to for me to talk about. I mean, sometimes I feel like people probably don't want to know about what goes on in my life. Or maybe, I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. Do you guys like hearing about what goes on in other people's lives, or do you just like to stay on topic of makeup only? And someone decided to mow their yard right when I'm filming. Thank you, neighbor. But back to the makeup. I actually really like that blush. Like, it's not super pigmented, but like it adds just enough flush to the face without it being like obvious that you're wearing blush. Which those are my favorite types of blushes. Oh, I didn't bronze the skin first. I should have bronzed first. Oops. I'm just doing things out of order today, apparently. I'll just go ahead and bronze, and then I really don't know which bronze I want to use. Like I said, this one over here. But this one kind of looks like it has shimmer to it, and I'm not a fan about shimmer in bronze. But whatevs. So far it looks okay. It doesn't look too shimmery. I think that bronzer is a little darker than what I usually use, but it looks nice. I guess it kind of works for it being summer and all, making me look tanner than I actually am. Because let's face it, I'm not tan. I burn, I don't tan. Which is kind of reminds me of a little something that happened to me, like I think a week ago. I was out with my mom, and I went with her to an appointment to keep her company. And we got there too early, and it was in this little town, and so we decided to just walk around the little town that we were in. And we went to this thrift store, and the guy was like, oh, I have to close in about 10 minutes because he had to pick up his wife or something. So we're like, oh, no problem. So we kind of looked around, didn't see anything we wanted, and we left. And her appointment was really close to that thrift store that we went into. And the guy was like outside collecting all his signs. And we just sat down in a bench that was just on the street. It was just like a public bench that you could sit in. And we were just chilling there, and he was collecting his signs, and he came by me, and he was like, girl, you're pale. He's like, girl, you need some sun. I was like, well, thanks. Yeah, I know I'm a little pale. And he's like, he even like came put his arm up to me, and he was like, yeah, look at mine and yours. He's like, I got some tanning beds that work great. I don't know if he had like another business somewhere where like he had a tanning beds or booth or whatever, but I was just like, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get business for your tanning place or whatever, and that's fine. But I was like, but you shouldn't tell someone they're pale. It's rude. I was like, I know I am. And I was like, well, okay, thanks. And he just kept telling me about how great his tanning beds were, and I was just like, well, thank you, but no thanks. All right, now I'm gonna add a little more blush because I kind of bronzed it out a little bit. But anyways, I just thought it was funny. Like, I really didn't get offended that, like, I was just like, well, geez. But I just thought it was funny. And after my mom was like, he's just a businessman that she's just trying to. I was like, I know. I just think it's rude, though. All right, yeah. I do like this. I like this a lot. What do you guys think? But anyways, I just thought it was funny. Alright, moving on to highlight. Let's see, they got the bronze and the blush right. How about the highlight? Nice. Ooh. I think highlights are one of my favorite things to add. So it's kind of like almost the final touch to finishing off your makeup. I'm sorry that the guy's mowing. Or the person, whoever it is. I know it probably is annoying to hear, and I really don't know how loud it's going to be in the video, but it's the perks of living in town. Though I do have one neighbor around here that I know it's probably because he's trying to mow when the sun goes down, so when it's a little bit cooler, but Like I think he like mows, or she, I don't know who it is. They mow like at 8 or 8:30, which, I mean, the sun's pretty much down at that time, but I'm just like, that's an odd time to mow. I mean, it doesn't really bug me. I'm just like, I feel like it's too dark. But I guess right now in Oklahoma, you kind of have to mow whenever it's not raining, because we've been getting a lot of rain lately. All right, well, I actually really like this palette, and I'm super glad I got it in my BoxyLuxe. And I think you could have gotten it in BoxyCharm too, the regular box. But yeah, I really like this. All right, let's see, what else do I have left? All right, so I'm just gonna quickly go ahead and finish out my bottom lashes, or like my bottom line here. I'm not gonna do anything fancy, so I really don't feel the need to show you this part. I'm just gonna be using the same colors that I used to do my actual top lid, but yeah. And then I have about 3 more things to try out, and then that'll be done. So I'll be right back. All right, now that that's all done, I'm going to be moving on to the next product, and this will be the Tristique Good Vibes mascara, and I'm just gonna be using this. I don't really want to use the eyelash curler part of this because, to be completely honest with you, these things kind of scare me. Like, I don't like eyelash curlers. I don't know if I did it to myself or if my older sister used it on me. Somehow, I'm pretty sure I pinched myself, or maybe she pinched me once on accident, of course, with it, and I never want to try them again, but I don't know, I'll try it. Maybe. I really don't feel like this is going to work that well. Or if I'm even doing it right. I'm not seeing anything, and I really don't think it works that well. I think it's a cute like thing, but really I'm more interested in the actual product. So here's the wand. Just looks like a normal wand, kind of has a little bit of a curve to it. But let's just let the mascara itself speak for itself. It's kind of a watery or wet formula, which doesn't bug me, but I find that when they have a wet formula like this, that they are easier to make messes with, so you have to be more careful about when you're putting it on. Yeah, I like it. I mean, this is the side with it, of course, and without it. I mean, I can see my lashes now. I like it. I think it adds length and kind of just makes them look a little thicker. Let me do the other side. So yeah, I do like the mascara. Again, it's just kind of a product that it works. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying it's not anything too special, honestly. Next thing I'm gonna be trying is the lemon. I honestly don't know what this lip gloss is called, but I know it's by Dominique Cosmetics, I think. I think it was like the lemonade gloss or something like that. I don't have that card in front of me or the box nearby, so I can't check, but it's a lip gloss. I haven't tried it yet. I did swatch it in my BoxyLuxe video. It smells really good. It smells like icing or something. Like, normally I don't like sweet smelling stuff, but this smells good. Alright, I'm just gonna try it out. And it feels nice on the lips. It's not sticky, but it really didn't add much like color or anything. It just makes my lips look glossy. I don't know, I kind of expected the color to be a little darker, I guess, but it kind of seems kind of pale to me. Or maybe it's just my lips. But it feels nice, and I like it. I like how it makes my lips look glossy, so it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's just for actual color, it doesn't have much. But it is something I will probably be using a lot this summer, because, I don't know, I feel like people wear glosses more in the summer because, I don't know why, but they do. I don't know. I'm not a makeup expert, I'm still learning. All right, and to go ahead and set my face, I'm going to be using the Grwm Truffle Therapy Illuminating Skin Refreshing Mist. Now I did try this kind of on camera in my Boxy Looks video. Like, I really didn't test it out that much, so I'm just gonna go ahead and spritz my face and see what it does to my makeup. Hopefully it doesn't ruin it, but we'll see. If I do remember correctly, the sprayer was not very fine misting. So if it leaves too much drops on my face, I'll just blend it out. But here we go. It has like a weird smell. I think it smells like essential oils or something. And it did leave quite a few drops on my face, so I'm just going to blend it out. But yeah, there we go. That concludes today's video. Actually, I really liked a lot of the stuff that I tried out. The only thing I really wasn't impressed with was maybe the primer. But honestly, I'm not a huge fan of primers, so the primer could be totally fine. It's just maybe I just don't like it. But I really like the Tarte palette that I got, and the eyeshadow palette that I got too. That I got from TJ Maxx. I actually really like the colors. I know it's kind of a boring look, and it's one that I always do, but I will do another video using the other shades in here. It's just like I said for today, I'm going out, so didn't want to do anything too crazy. And the mascara is nice too. I don't have anything against it, and the lip gloss is good as well. And I don't know if this skin refreshing mist really is going to make my makeup stay any longer. I would probably use this more just on my bare skin and not actually with makeup. Not that it did anything really to my makeup, it's just, I don't know, I think it's more of a, I mean, it does say refresh mist, but I think it said you could use it to set your makeup, but I feel like these always work better to actually refresh your face than to actually set your face, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today, guys. Sorry this video is a little on the awkward side, probably. I really have trouble thinking of things to talk to you guys when I'm doing videos like this. I think I tend to more focus on the actual products, but I don't know, do you guys like it whenever people just focus mostly on the products, or do you like it whenever they tell you about what's going on in their life? Let me know down in the comments which you guys prefer, because I'm open to either. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!